That's pretty much all I got.
Sounds
Nothing
exciting.
wrong with that. I was just watching the Critical Role guys doing the Shadow of War one shot. Makes me want to play a goblin really bad.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going all right. How are you doing?
Pretty tired.
Kind of figured.
It's nothing like being at work late and having had a very long couple of weeks and, filing paperwork for adoption and just all kinds of fun stuff.
Yep.
You're tired now. Wait till you get the adoption approved.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that right now.
Don't even know. The horrors.
All I know is I already can't sleep most of the time, so I'm like, great, this is great.
Oh
It's
no,
gonna be
it
great.
gets worse.
I've heard.
Thanks for the motivation there, Lucas.
But the sleepless nights and everything totally get washed away when little one comes up and pulls a lightsaber and says, "Daddy, battle! Let's watch Darth Maul." Okay. We'll do
You're
that.
raising a Sith.
He chose it himself.
Doesn't
Supposed
mean
to
you're
guide
not
him
raising
down the
a
right
Sith.
path.
Because the dark side has cookies.
Shh.
But the dark side lies.
I think he likes watching the lightsaber duels. And so it's
like
easier for
training.
him to say Maul than like Obi-Wan. So he's like, let's watch Darth Maul.
See, and there is the real genius of the dark side.
Easy names.
Easy names, very clear goals, cookies.
Red lightsabers.
Yep.
None of this meditate crap. It's like, no, go out, have fun, do what you want.
No, I'm so thankful someone did a super cut of every lightsaber duel in all the movies. Because I can just put that up on the TV and he'll just sit there and watch it. He's like, "Daddy, get up, let's battle." Okay.
Yeah, that's got to be startling to see the original trilogy versus the new ones.
I tried starting him on the new ones because I figured he'd like Jar Jar because it's kind of funny and stuff like that. But no, he's like, I want to watch.
No one likes Jar Jar.
Yeah. No, he doesn't really like Jar Jar either. But he's like, yeah, I want to watch Vader and Obi-Wan fight. He'll tell me that. Okay, I'll turn on Vader and Obi-Wan. Vader
It's
fight?
a cool fight,
Okay.
but it's not nearly as action heavy as any of the new movies.
Yeah, and that's why he likes the Darth Maul fight, because they're very action-packed.
Yeah, it's just one of the best choreographed fights in general.
So Zen keeps like connecting and disconnecting and connecting and disconnecting.
Ah,
Is there a reason?
roommates
Hearing
downloading
spirits.
porn.
I know I had to
He's
update.
he's even theoretically here in Skype, but I haven't heard him.
Yep.
I thought I heard him for a second, but maybe not.
Hey, update.
But yeah, it's totally worth it.
That's what I'm reminding myself when, I mildly freak out about, oh my God, what are we doing?
Yeah. You say that some nights.
Don't worry, I'm
What
there
have we
too.
done?
What have I done?
No, he's super cool.
Well, I figure like we all got here because somebody else at some point went, I could do this.
Yeah.
So it can't be all bad, right?
Yeah.
Not the one I'm about to have. It was like pure accident. Like, oh.
Yeah, we turned out all right.
So this is new. Let's see how it goes. Oh, goodness. I mean, I've raised like 6 dogs. How hard can it be?
Well, you can't really shun this one out of the room and close the door.
What you think?
Well, it's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon.
It's kind of fun. I put the locks at the very top. They won't have a choice.
You'd be surprised. You get old enough.
They're like velociraptors. They will figure it out.
Oh, yes. My son can now undo all the deadbolts in the house. It's scary. Thankfully, he hasn't figured out how to take off like the safety knobs. So I lucked out there, but they're pretty crappy. So if he just gives it one good like shove, they'll break apart. But no, it's all cool. There he is.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
We
Oh,
can.
Jesus.
It is toasty in this office.
Well, I'm going for a hard reset on the PC right now, but I got you guys on the phone, so.
We'll take it.
I don't even want to open the window because it's
So-
dark outside.
If those of you who are in Fantasy Grounds would like to roll me a D20.
I hope that's good. I can't remember between the 2 games.
Oh wait, that's bag of holding. Shit.
Ha!
It's all right. It's still my roll.
I'm sorry, that's the bag of holdings roll.
Shit.
So Xavier, what happened last week?
All right. Well, I've actually got like 1 page of notes.
I'm glad you have notes.
Yeah, we really need to hire like an official scribe for some of these things.
Seriously.
I wish I had a program that did like speech to text for a Skype call. So that way it would just put it in a Word document for me and I just wouldn't have to worry about it.
No, 'cause then you get all the crap like this right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you have to edit it after the.
Let's see. Oh, so we started with meeting up with Octavia and discussing her escapades. And then
We didn't discuss those.
a little bit.
That was just my recap.
Right. And so then we heard a large blast, which we thought was like a ship or something. And so we all went into like sprang into action mode and like we're going to go kill stuff.
something.
Then we did some scouting around. We got a hold of Leosin. And then we were brought... well, I guess we did a little bit of shopping at the beginning as well. Shopping and...
That was before the blast you heard.
Right. That was before the blast. After the blast, we had the council meeting, and a lot of really cool things happened at the council meeting. We learned a lot of people's names. Thankfully, I wrote them all down. We learned that the blast was a Drakhorn, which is a dragon calling device. And there was I believe a druid who isn't happy that we sold a dragon egg to someone.
They weren't
And then-
happy that we sold it. They weren't happy that we squished it. We didn't
Yeah.
sell. Well, we sold the shell, but
Yeah.
then they thought we should
gave
save
we
that.
gave the other one away, and then the dwarf wasn't happy that we didn't take the flying castle that we couldn't control anyway. But we said ignore the dwarf. And then we were given a quest to locate the horn. Last
The
known
icy river.
location was the Sea of Moving Ice.
Close.
And then Locath Crimson was a tiefling who was last seen there, or last contacted there 3 years ago. And that we needed her for information on something. I didn't write that down. It was too far in my drink. And the lords...
I think just on more information on the horn.
Yeah, I think so. And then the Lords of Waterdeep are going to provide us with gear, provisions, and
Ham.
lots of ham in order to head to the frozen north.
We're going to get fur
And that's
jackets.
pretty much what it was. It was a lot of
So-
talking. We did some cool RP, and I dropped 200 pounds out of the bag of holding, which I'm happy about. I think that's all the important stuff.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
And hopefully magic items will be ready by the time we leave.
Yeah.
Probably not, but we can be,
We're
wishful.
never that lucky.
Never that lucky. So I don't know if that item was too powerful, Ben, that I sent to you, or not.
Well, see, that's the good news. Is that today, because it's been a very long week since we last played,
Yeah.
and I have had absolutely zero time to prepare anything, including even to read and thoroughly, imbibe the next part of the adventure. Tonight we are shopping.
I like it.
Woo!
We can do that.
I love shopping.
It's an easy night, and then we can
Price
hit it
is
hard
Right
next
style.
week.
Ooh,
Closest to the actual price without going over.
Nice.
Then
301.
we'll play Plinko.
Ting, 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 ting.
We roll
300 gold
dexterity to
and
spin the
1
wheel
copper.
just right.
So, I did read far enough ahead to know that the location you're trying to get to. Let me bring up the map.
Oh, that's right. They were also going to provide us some kind of means of travel, if I remember it.
No, you were hoping they would.
Oh, that's right.
We're dependent on it, yes.
It's a
So-
long way anyway.
Hoping, promised, same thing.
It's a hope promise.
So, where you're trying to go is basically this general region.
Right.
Ooh. I thought it was like more over here.
Oh,
No, it's
the Sea of Endless Ice.
Sea of Endless Ice, yeah. We have to head to the
I guess that
glaciers.
makes sense. It
So,
makes sense that is a sea right there.
Yep.
Of ice.
and of course, you guys,
Very south.
Very south.
are
Man, we were already like halfway there. Why'd they have to bring us back?
you're there. So you got to go like
It's going to take us like
We gotta
4
go on
weeks
that
to
road
get there.
again. I
at
will
least.
not go near that bog place ever
That
again in my life.
way.
Just- yeah, we're gonna go
up
different.
to like that, and then like down here,
Yeah, we have to go to Mirror Luskin, and then get
and,
a ship.
and
from
like
Luskin. Unless we get a
that
ship
way.
from Waterdeep.
Or you can take the ship that they're going to provide you that goes this way.
I think that might be the fastest route instead of traveling one.
I think that might, maybe, possibly.
As long
or
as
not.
they plan the trip.
Well said. Well said.
Can we bring the horses?
So,
Silver.
yes, there is a boat that they will provide that will get you up to the Sea of Endless Ice. But, of course, once you get there, it's kind of up to you to, the Sea of Moving Ice. So once you get there, it's really kind of up to you to sort of track people down and see what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
We're good at that.
They,
I can track people.
aside from, telling you where you're, intending, where you're supposed to be going, in general terms, they also remind you that it's going to be very cold. You should definitely acquire some cold weather gear, including snowshoes in case you have to traverse snowy areas.
Snowshoes. I was thinking like climber kit, so we have some crampons, and if we have to cross ice.
All that stuff would be good.
Yeah. Just depends on how much money I spend up front on this item.
So, they basically will provide you with the cold weather gear. So everyone can basically just write down that they have, cold weather attire. There's nothing magical about it. It's just, heavy furs, all that kind of stuff to keep you from freezing.
But is it fashionable?
Not particularly.
I have fox pelts that I would like to put on mine to make mine fashionable.
I want mine to be as wide as possible.
Caden does have the winter wolf cloak with mithril clasp.
That would probably be fairly warm.
I think it was loot from somebody or other.
I believe you got that off of a troll, so you might want to clean it.
Yeah, wasn't it that troll outside of that one place?
Yeah, the one we exploded.
So.
Yep.
That's the one.
That one troll outside of that one place.
I know exactly what she means.
My cloak. I don't think my cloak's going to be very effective out here, but as long as my my attire matches what I assume is going to be up there, so white furs and that kind of thing.
Maybe Numa can let you borrow his new fashionable cloak once we get
What
that
was the
finished.
camo index in that cloak?
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll be cold.
It'll be
as
code
ice.
and visible. Just worse.
Caravan, you also get all your items back that were taken from you.
Awesome.
Again, when you receive back your sword, you're reminded of Leosin's words. And other than that, making preparations to head out, you guys can do pretty much anything about town that you'd like to do. You've been introduced to the counselors. You've got contacts with Leosin, with Onthar. And so other than shopping, if there's anything else you want to do in town, we can try to take care of that.
Would we be able to find any kind of imagery, maybe in a library or something, of the Drakhorn? For the sake of spells like locate object or something like that.
Ooh, good one.
You could certainly attempt to find something like that.
Right. I would like to attempt to try to find something like that.
I would assist Erevan, but I'm going to be looking for any kind of pertinent information or images of Locath Crimson. For the same reason of tracking.
It's Makath the Crimson.
Oh, Makath, not Locath?
Maccath.
I don't know why I got Locath. I must have been drinking.
Likely.
More than likely. Yeah, so Makath. I'll be looking for information, anything that describes any kind of information about her habits, preferences, features, height, whatever, anything. Shoe size.
Okay.
Just to
Tinder
help in,
profile.
because if we're going to be in tracking, if this person is alive, tracking them in the cold and the snow might be helpful to know some information.
Right.
I I'd like to do more research on the ritual or whatever that the horn does. Like, you have to have the horn to. I'd like to understand more what it's used for, type thing, and then maybe that way, if we get it, we know what to do with it exactly.
Okay. I don't think I knew anyone who could be calling from Knoxville here.
Dang telemarketers.
Yep.
Caden will continue reading through his mother's spell book, trying to glean any further information, just to spend time with the spell book. And then knowing that they're heading north into the frozen wastes, start looking for spells that might help with that or be applicable. I'll dig around, see if there's some likely candidates.
Okay.
And just so everyone in the group knows, we do have that whole slew of gems that we can use in trade for those magic items. If we need...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, for the staff last time, is that considered a transaction at this point?
Yeah, we'll just need to nail down exactly what the price is, how long it takes to make it, and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
My thing's going to take 8 years to create.
Yeah, I haven't made any changes to my goal
that one
yet.
Yeah. I'll get that one on my next 3 characters.
Okay.
It's a family heirloom. Your
It's going to be a family
child
heirloom.
receives it.
So,
And I'm leaving the tapestry of tea.
you just wanted a +2 staff.
Yep.
Well, luckily for you, +2 staff, since you're providing most of the materials, is... Oops, let me find my magical pricing.
+2 is 4,000 gold, and then the staff is, what, 25?
Yeah. So it's going to be 2,000 gold, because you're providing the dragon bones. And then that will take... I'm going to say it should take 10 days. But you can basically pay a little extra and get it in 5.
All right. What's our timeline for travel?
You haven't discussed that with any of your people yet.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we had a strict timeline that we had to meet. I know it's important that we get up there as soon as we can, but we also got to be prepared.
It's still going to be a long trip by boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows what we might face in the seas of the abyss.
Oh, sure, it'll be nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say,
I'll
without
go with the 10-day price for the moment.
okay, without role-playing through all the interactions, if somebody wants to basically make a case for why you should wait 10 days or more before you leave, and then we'll make a diplomacy check and see what the council thinks.
Because we need to be better prepared for the journey ahead of us. If we go too rashly and unprepared, we will not be able to succeed.
And considering that we may be facing dragons, we're going to need weapons of magical essences.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if I can get a magical mace. That'd be useful.
You have that 1,200 gem, 1,200 gold
Yeah.
gem.
I know. I'm
And
just
I
looking to
think
see.
I think with everything, all the bones
I
split
know.
up between everybody, we had 2 additional bones if we wanted to try to work that into something.
Well, yeah, because that's just cool.
A handle for your mace, maybe.
Well, yes, because then I'll have beautiful armor and yes, and then my fox pelt. Armor will be so pretty, guys.
There you go.
Someone's fabulous.
And I know it's not like this in the actual rule book, but my time conversion is basically going to be, it's going to take a day for every 200 gold worth of item.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Oh dear.
Yeah.
I think in the
Okay,
book it's like I think it's like a day for every 50 gold
Yeah.
or every 25 gold.
I might
So
not
basically, they
those
set it up
arrows.
like you only do that between adventures, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go into the magical Walmart and
I might have to pay a lot extra in order to make my weapon work.
Like, how much extra?
I don't know. According to the math calculation at 200 gold per day, it's going to take 24 days to make.
Jeez.
What
Well,
are you trying to get?
A
The,
plus 2 bow. With features.
Plus, yeah, I'll have to. I didn't actually look at the time for the oath bow.
The oath bow is 3,500 by itself. And
So
essentially,
you might have to pick one feature,
Yeah.
go with that, and then upgrade later.
and then the plus 2 adds 4,000 to it.
Okay, well, for now, while I keep investigating what the characteristics of an oath bow are, because giving you a plus 2 oath bow may be a little too OP.
Yeah, the oath bow basically gives you 3d6 additional damage to a target that you make your oath, and you only get 1 oath a day.
So that's pretty
attack.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
But you get disadvantage on using any other weapons while you have an oath active. So it has its drawbacks. It's definitely a single target type of bow.
Yeah, but again, it gives you plus 3d6 anytime you're in effectively a boss fight.
Essentially.
That's pretty significant. That's
Yeah.
like sneak attack on every attack.
Yes. I was talking to Ryan. I was pretty sure you weren't going to bite for that.
that sounds perfectly reasonable to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so how about this? You can have an oath bow or you can have a plus 2 bow.
Oh. Well, oath bow is still considered magical. I just don't get plus 2 to hit and plus 2 to damage.
Correct. It would still deal magical damage for the purposes of resistance and such.
I would say I'd rather do, can I add like additional magic power later? Like, is that a thing that you can do?
I will say that we can certainly investigate the possibilities of adding additional magic power.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just do a standard oath bow, and just try to make some arrows. It's like +1 arrows.
Okay.
So that'll drop this down to 4,000 gold, 2,000 gold,
Let's see. Plus
which,
1
which makes it 10
ammunition.
days. +1 ammunition, I believe, is 25 gold per arrow. And if I'm using the dragon bones for that, I figured I could use dragon bones for the tips or whatever to
Yeah.
make those more efficient. So 4,000.
Okay, yeah. So you can do your +1 ammunition and an oath bow.
Okay, so I'll make I think 20. I'll do 20 arrows So that's 4250. And then divide that by 2 is 2175. So 10 days, approximately. Same time as Caden's. And then if we need to time crunch, we can always make it work.
Okay. So, let's say you're placing orders with your advisors, and who is going to go make the case to the council? You put together your argument. Who's actually going to go make the roll?
Aravan's the leader. He should speak the argument.
Not me, because I am not charismatic with this character.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll speak to the council.
I'll do it. Does Octavia have guidance by chance?
I can give you guidance.
You'd have to go with him.
Oh, I have to go with him? I'll go with, as long as I get my order down, whatever. Yeah. Just want my armor, a beautiful fox pelt cloak, and my base, the dragon bones.
So you're gonna do what, a +1 mace?
Yeah, that doesn't make it magical, does it?
It does.
Yes.
Oh, it does? Oh,
Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
want.
So,
It's 1,000.
A plus,
Air
what
Van.
would a plus
Yeah.
2 cost? It would cost a lot more, huh?
if you want
4,000
to,
gold.
if you want to make me a
I might try that one.
persuasion check,
All right.
and I'm going to assume you've basically explained, here's the things we'd like to try to research while we're here in the city. We've got some weapons and items we feel like we need to pick up. And you're going to get a little bonus for the content of your argument.
Awesome.
So go ahead and make your persuasion roll.
Right.
D4
And
for
the
guidance.
guidance give me advantage or D4?
D4.
Oh,
19?
19 total.
Okay, so that's going to put it over 20. And basically, you speak to a couple of the council members. You don't get the full council in session.
All right.
And, they nod and say, yeah, yes, it's important. You should definitely seek out whatever knowledge you can now before you leave. It's going to be hard to be in contact with you once you leave. Definitely go well prepared. No telling what you'll find. Surely the sea of moving ice is going to be very dangerous. And you may want to, there's no telling where you'll end up after that. So they're cool with your plan.
Awesome.
And they basically say, take what time you need, but do remember we need, time is of limited nature. The cult is moving.
I promise you that our time spent will not be wasted.
Okay.
I have a theoretical question for you, Ben. If I were to use dragon bones in a studded leather armor, could that work?
I'm going to say no.
No. Okay.
So, you have gotten your 10 days. So, Caden, feel free to go ahead and add your +2 dragon bone staff and deduct the cost.
Which was 2,000, you said?
2,000 gold.
All right.
And I don't know if that's coming out of your funds or out of the group funds or what.
I assume my funds, I got enough to cover it.
Okay.
He's got his
staff,
family's black card.
Awesome, +2. Okay.
And I'm guessing Chip is answering important emails.
You got it. Let you know.
Something about the typing.
Free letter.
Typing up a manuscript.
Sorry. I don't have the loud. It's that old, free 2K keyboard I have.
So what I want to know is, aren't you supposed to be off? Or
I
are you
was
just
not
out of the
today.
office. Yeah. Oh, I know.
Not off today. I was well, my kids are out on fall break, and yeah. So I got so here's how my day went. At 10 o'clock, we started watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2,
Ooh.
Nice.
and I finally finished it at about 3:30.
Oh, jeez.
And it was like 4 or 5 different sittings just to try to get through it. And
You personally, or you as a group?
me and Noah, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I just kind of gave up for it on a while. So anyway, yeah.
I
I put
understand.
time in today. No PTO today.
Oh, I bet.
Anyway,
Okay. Xavier,
Yes.
you have enough time to get your oath bow and your arrows made.
Okay.
Please deduct the appropriate cost.
Yep. And we said that was...
Now, just out of curiosity, what are you making this oath bow out of? What materials are you providing?
the dragon bones.
Okay.
Dragon bone oath bow. And did we get any red gems? Oh no, Octavia was looking for red gems, right?
Right. I think, unfortunately, there were no red gems.
Figures. I don't suppose there were any red gems in that that Tiamat tapestry, was there?
Yeah, there were a bunch of different gems in there.
All right, so I would have plucked a couple of red gems, and then it's going to be a basically like two. So it's like 4 pieces of bone. So they kind of come together, and then the tips of the bones make the recurve of the spine of the bow, and then along the front, I'm just going to have a couple of red gems shining on the front.
Okay.
Fancy schmancy.
Yeah, I mean, if they're purely decorative, then yeah.
Yeah, they'd be decorative.
And I'm assuming I'm personally assuming you've made your bow out of like a dragon rib,
Yeah.
already kind of naturally shaped like a longbow.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Or a couple of smaller bones, so I can actually, hold it.
maybe just the tip of the rib.
Yeah. A tip on each side just to kind of give it the...
Congratulations, that longbow you made is too big for you.
It's too big. It's a giant's longbow.
No takes backs.
Yeah.
So, Erevan, while you're at the council, you are actually approached and given a little note that is from someone that you actually haven't met yet. I had it there in front of me just a moment ago. Yeah, it is a note that is signed Dala Silverhelve. Wow, that's a name. Silverhelve.
Oh, jeez. Might want to spell it out.
Yeah.
So are you pulling in magic items for these, or do we just have to make them in?
I'll pull them in a little bit.
Okay, cool. I'll just note down that I spent the money on 20 arrows and oathbow.
And the note basically says, if you seek information on Makath the Crimson, I may be able to help. I have looked into her fate in the past.
Right.
And it basically, you can ask and they can point you to the house where
All right, I will.
where she lives.
Do that. Yeah, 'cause she's
Okay.
not one of the council. Yeah, okay.
No, she was not a council member.
Yeah. So
Person of note.
I'll ask towards her.
So I guess you and Octavia are heading over to her place
Sure.
and begin to spare the actual role playing it all out. she basically tells you that Makath was a member of the Arcane Brotherhood. And the Arcane Brotherhood is a group of mages based out of Luskan. They're the ones who run the host tower of the Arcane. It's probably the most famous academy for the best and brightest mages of Faerun. There's a mages college in Waterdeep, but the one in Luskan is much more renowned. And that Makath had a vast knowledge of dragon lore and a collection of dragon relics, but was always curious for more. And that on her last voyage, when she went into the Sea of Moving Ice, she had been reporting her progress back to the host tower by way of sending spells. Her last report spoke of seeing ice hunters paddling their sealskin boats towards a huge iceberg, flattened like a plateau across its surface, but ringed by icy peaks. She had intended to follow the ice hunters and investigate the iceberg. After that, no more reports came. Attempts to find Makath using scrying and other magical means located only her ship, adrift and heavily damaged. Some of the ship's crew were seen dead, but no sign of the tiefling sorcerer was ever found. However, the lair of a dragon as powerful as Arathator is no doubt protected against scrying magic. If Makath is alive, in addition to the lore she can share regarding the Drakhorn, the Arcane Brotherhood would be most grateful to get her back.
What was that dragon's name?
Arathator.
Cool.
And when Erevan says basically that, what was that a dragon's name? She says, had that not been told to you yet? It is known that while his lair is hidden, or unknown, at least to us, the legends of Old White Death are well known in the north. It is, well, somewhere in that vast sea of glaciers and islands, there is a cave, something, some home for this dragon, Arathator. He is, well, some call him the White Worm. He is often seen in the skies there about the sea. None who found his lair have ever returned back to us to report on it. It was, well, at this point it's been more than a century ago, I guess, that Arathator combined his powers with as many as a dozen other dragons and attacked the host tower of the Arcane in Luskan. It was during the rage of the dragons. His spell casting was mighty. It was their assault that toppled the west arm of the tower, and he was seen to carry off numerous items of great magical importance and power, including at least 3 tomes of rare spells. I am sure that the possibility of recovering such goods are one of the reasons that Makath went adventuring there.
Right. It's like as after we're done talking, I would absolutely repeat to the best of my ability as much of this information back to the party as I can.
I got the cliff notes.
Okay. Including like the information about how we got this from Dala's Silmer Health. Just in case any of these names are ringing bells for people.
Is Dala, what race is she?
She's a human.
Okay.
And her home was in the castle ward in Waterdeep.
Cool. Guess I need to brush up on my knowledge on white dragons. I guess when I get that information, I'll try to find some information on white dragons.
Okay.
Just find a local library or the Arcane Council or whatever, and looking for some tomes on white drakes.
All right.
I'd like to make my way out to try and find kind of like a magic shop to look essentially for potions of cold resistance.
All right.
Good call. Aravan, do you need some coin?
That depends if you want a potion of your own.
I hand him 100 platinum pieces. I get as much supplies as you can with this. We need health potions. We need cold resistance. Anything else you can deem useful.
Understood.
Okay, so has Xavier finished the shopping he wanted to do?
I believe so. I think the only thing I was going for was the magic items, and then like climbing gear, which I don't believe was provided. Just the cold weather stuff was, right?
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go get some, snowshoes, crampons for climbing. Maybe a canoe that we can put onto the boat.
Okay.
I don't know how big of a canoe. I guess we got what, 5 people? So you probably need 2 canoes. Just something that will have a method of travel. I don't know if they have what's that thing called? That super awesome canoe that folds up into like an envelope.
Well,
Collapsible boat.
if you go and actually talk to the captain of the boat that you're on,
Mm-hmm.
that you're planning on traveling on, it actually is basically a long ship.
Oh, okay.
It's a long ship. It has a shallow draft. It's got a single sail. It can be rowed. It's actually fairly light. So, even though it's about 60 feet long, it's still light enough to be lifted by its crew members. So.
Oh, okay. Then
Well,
I don't need that. But yeah, just mundane stuff for me, and then searching for knowledge on drakes.
Okay. Well, before we get to like the knowledge finding stuff, so Xavier shopped. Caden, do you have any other shopping you want to do?
Still looking through spells. Haven't found anything just
Okay.
yet.
Well, I would say that anything up to 3rd level is pretty readily available in Waterdeep. Anything 4th level or higher, you're going to have to make a roll to see if somebody in town has it.
All right.
So that's what you're looking for. And Octavia, you were having a +1 mace made.
I was actually going to look into getting a +2 mace, if that's okay.
That's
I would
fine.
have to figure out, because I don't know how much the armor costs. I don't know if that came out of group loot or not.
Which armor?
The magical bone
The
armor.
dragon
that they're-
scale armor.
Yes.
Oh, the
that
dragon
one.
scale armor.
Yeah, so I just didn't know how much funds I had to play with.
Oh, that's expensive.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh no, sorry. I was looking at the folding boat. It's 10,000 gold pieces for a folding boat. Yeah, I can't.
Just don't fold your boat and it'll be half the cost.
But it's awesome. You can make it into like 3 different sized boats, and then it folds up into like a cigar box. It's great. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know how much that dragon scale mail armor costs.
So it really depends on, that.
Yeah, I'm trying to track it down.
Does it give you magical properties like, cold resistance and it's from an ice dragon type stuff?
Yes, a suit of scale mail made from white dragon scales would give you resistance to cold.
Nifty. That's just what I need. It's going to look really good with my fox specs. Just saying. That'd be beautiful.
If that would be like armor of resistance, I think that would set the
Yep.
price at 6,000.
That's what I'm looking at too. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I think on that list they have dragon scale mail armor on there. Yes, they do. 4,000 gold for dragon scale mail.
4,000.
That's cheaper. That's much cheaper.
Let's see. While wearing this armor, you gain a +1 bonus to AC. You have advantage on saving throws against frightful presence and breath weapons of dragons, and you have a resistance to 1 type of damage by the kind of dragon provided the scales.
It's very nifty seeing we're going to a nice place.
Additionally, you can focus your
Oh, that's
senses
cool.
as an action to magically discern the distance and direction to the closest dragon within 30 miles of you that is of the same type as the armor.
Yep.
And then if that's a once per day use on that.
Yeah. So once a day you
You
could,
can track a white dragon.
yeah, up to 30 miles away.
That could be very useful.
I really like
And
it.
I would,
So that's
because we're going to be
2,000
hunting
gold.
down this old white death, I wouldn't mind helping you pitch in for that. Because that is definitely for the party's good, and it's going to lead to more magic items.
Yep. So if you provide scales, is the scales the same way as the bones, where it provides half, or is that only the bones?
Yep.
Does that
It works
mean-
for the scales too.
Okay, so that's 2,000 gold for the armor,
Okay.
and then if you did a +1 mace, it's going to be 500 gold.
Okay.
And we still have the all the gems and stuff that we need that we can use.
So hypothetically, if you guys help me, I could do a +2 mace and that armor.
So that's
'Cause I have-
4,000
I have-
gold.
Yeah, because I have a large emerald I'd be willing to pitch in. That's 1,100. And then I have 1,800 gold pieces. And then I have almost 1,500 silver pieces.
Do you have
How
any
many
platinum?
platinum?
I have 121 platinum.
So that's 1,000 gold right there.
Oh, that is?
Yeah.
Well, that's nifty. So I should have enough even on my own.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm set. Just help me do the math, guys. I'm going to be broke after this. As long as someone will help me. Oh, and then how much is it going to cost to get a really pretty fox belt cloak?
All right. So
A
you got,
really
Most
pretty
important
one?
question.
I want a pretty one, like
50
where
gold.
it's like, you can. Okay, I can do that. That's worth it.
All right.
That's worth
So
it.
how many gold pieces do
I
you
have
have?
3 fox pelts. Okay, I have 1803 gold pieces.
Okay. And platinum?
I have 121 platinum.
Yeah, so you just purchased a cloak that like a noble lady would wear, and that commoners who see you wearing it are going to be like, that could have fed my family for a year.
I'm going to be beautiful. That's what's important here.
Okay, so that's... and then how much silver did you have?
1494. And then I have 10 EP.
That's Electrum.
Yeah, but
All right,
That's
so...
funny word. I would like to do it without getting rid of the emerald, if at all possible, because the emerald's beautiful. But
well, without the emerald, just your coin, you need 840 gold.
let me see what else.
Which I can give you a... I can give you the gems you need to accommodate that.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay, I'll
So you
totally
can
do
keep
it.
your gem,
I just
but you
feel
lose
like I
all
could
your
use the
coin.
emerald for something one day. Yeah, including the electrum.
No, you keep your electrum.
Okay, so I will. Oh, and then now I can sell my scale mail since I don't need to carry 2 sets of,
Yep. All right.
So if I get money from that, I would do less. But I might just keep that gold because I'll be broke.
So 840 is my number.
So I can add dragon scale mail. I see dragon scale mail.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay, you work on that.
So dragon scale mail, but white dragon scale mail, a dragon staff +2, an oath bow. You had +1 ammunition, right?
Correct. I mean, we might as well... It depends on how many wizards are working on this, but... I mean, we still have some funds if anybody needs anything other than weapons.
How many potions of cold resistance were you hoping to get?
So who does not have cold resistance? Because if Octavia gets her armor, she would have it. And would Numa's
I
cloak,
think his cloak does.
would that provide cold resistance?
What is Numa's cloak again?
We were going to use
I was
the
gonna
one
say the same
additional
question.
hide. Basically, to see if we could make a cloak.
I think I have. I do think I have a save advantage on breath weapons now with my evasion
Your eyeball.
or something.
I think I would give him like advantage on saves against breath weapons of that kind.
Okay.
I don't think that just the cloak would give him resistance.
Okay.
So,
Well,
4
so
at a
in
minimum?
that case, yeah, 4 potions of cold resistance.
Okay.
And I guess 1 of any other kind of resistance, like fire, lightning, acid, poison.
Okay, since you guys don't have any materials to contribute to that, those are all 300 gold apiece.
All right.
I have Drake's teeth. Did those help?
You can sell the Drake's teeth.
Okay.
And perhaps a potion of speed as well.
You're gonna have to make me a roll to see if anybody's got a potion of speed.
All right.
Like you guys have found like some very in demand wizards to custom make this stuff for you.
Yeah.
And it's only because you've got the backing of the council that they're like, okay, yeah, we'll put your work in front of others. But but just having a potion of speed on hand is...
All right.
So I'm going to say, just make me an investigation roll, and we're going to say it's DC 17.
All right. Here we go.
Can anyone
All right.
roll on that?
Sure, Caden, you can also roll on that.
Wow.
So Caden manages to track down somebody who's heard of somebody who's heard of somebody who thinks that they know somebody who has a potion of speed.
Awesome.
And you, it's not really at a shop, but you managed to find someone who does have one. He's willing to part with it for 500 gold.
All right. I mean, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So I've got 20 arrows of +1 going to Xavier, a +2 dragon staff going to Caden, an oath bow going to Xavier, 4 potions of cold resistance to Aravan, a potion of speed to Aravan, and white dragon scale mail to Octavia.
And if I remember correctly, Numa wanted a dragon bone quarterstaff with the fire property.
Yeah, and it's going to carve a dragon skull into the top of it.
Which I believe we said was going to be a
It's going to be a flame tongue weapon.
Which is 5,000 gold, providing the dragon bone. Brings it to 2,500. So, Numa, do you have 2,500 gold?
Yeah, let me look. Hang on. I thought we looked at this. Well, I think, I got 121 platinum pieces. What is it, 110 gold per platinum?
Yeah, so that's 1,200 gold.
Yeah, so that's 2,200. Yeah, I might have to do a mercenary job here or two.
Well, I've got gems to cover whatever you don't have for coin.
And it looks like I'm 300 short.
Okay, I can provide a 300 gold piece gem to get him his staff.
Of course, I don't know that we ever did. We cash in that black dragon gemstone statue.
Yep, that got sold.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's paying for all of our stuff right now.
I made 5 silver off of that thing.
All right.
I see what you did there.
Cool. All right, so that might subtract your gold and your platinum, and you should be covered. So everyone's got at least a weapon of magic, and armor if you wear it. Correct?
I don't have any magic armor.
Well, you don't really wear armor, right?
Yeah, it'd have to be cloth. Which I think it's basically not armor.
Yeah. Does Aravan, do you need armor?
I mean, I've got my own armor and it works, but I can't I guess if I could just get a +1 plate armor or something like that, that would be available.
So that's that'd be 28 straight up, right?
If that's
if you can find it.
That's what the sheet says.
Yeah. Let's see. +1 armor. +1 armor is 1,500 plus 1,800 for plate. So 33.
+1 armor is also in the game-changing items list.
Yeah, anything that gives you plus armor. So that's up to you, but the base value is 1,500. Plus the armor that you make it out of.
All right. So instead of doing that, would I be able to pick up just a resistance potions to fire, lightning, acid, and poison?
Sure.
All right.
Do you
That'll
got the
make
coin
things
for
a
that, or
little
you need me
easier.
to buy it?
Doing the math right now. So rather than that, so 20. So for 1 fire, 1 lightning, 1 acid, 1 poison, 4 cold, and the 1 speed, I'm at a total of 2,900 gold, and I got like 4,000 in my
Okay, so
inventory
you got it
total.
covered.
So yeah, I got it. And then I guess just like health potions.
Okay. So Numa has a flame stone, quarter staff flame tongue. I guess I should make that a flame tongue quarter staff.
Try to say that 3 times fast.
Okay, so flame tongue quarterstaff. Let's see. Tell you what. Airvan, since you're after all these potions.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second.
Let's see. I don't want to RP this, but I just want to get rid of this +1 Morning Star that I got. Just sell it half price.
I think we could have just given that to Octavia.
She can't use a Morning Star.
Oh.
It's a martial weapon.
We tried to get it.
We tried.
got really
She's like,
excited.
I can't pick this up.
Never mind. It's too big. I have delicate hands.
Oh.
These hands are meant for ham.
So I'll get a +1 mace. Oh, this stupid item. Why is it broken? D&D Beyond, you feel me? It's got charges on this dagger of venom, but it doesn't actually have charges.
Oh, I've got a crazy idea.
Uh-oh.
Could you stack the enlarge reduce spell with a potion of growth to make yourself like giant sized?
Okay.
Don't
I'm
see
back.
why not.
Welcome back.
Awesome. Hello.
Do you have that
So-
ability, Airvet?
Then here's what I'm going to do for you. As you're talking to this alchemist, who is more than willing to sell you all these potions, there's somebody else in his shop, apparently like a friend or whatever, and he basically looks at you and says, after you finish your business here, come by my shop. I may have something that would interest you.
Can I like roll an insight check on this guy?
Sure.
See if he like looks super shady, like he sees me spending all this coin, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you come and let me rob you in this back alley?"
Stay away from the dark alleys.
He's been hanging out in an alchemist shop, talking to the guy when you came in. They seem like friends.
All right.
You think he's probably also in some sort of magic business?
All right. In that case, I will feel much better about taking him up on his offer.
So you follow him to his shop?
I will.
Okay. His shop is actually like 2 doors down. And so you purchased, what was it? A potion of cold resistance, fire resistance, acid resistance,
And lightning.
and lightning.
resistance. And that was 4 cold potions and also a potion of speed.
Right.
Okay.
So he says, I've been experimenting with some things after many talks with my friend Balthar that you just finished your business with. If you're willing to help me test something, then I think I may be able to help you. I believe that I can distill the essence out of each of those potions that you've just purchased, or at least the resistance potions, and distill them and infuse them into a gem that once a day would allow you to activate it almost as though you were taking a potion. And you would be able to decide what resistance you would like to have. Now, it will, of course, be expensive. It is still a very challenging item to make. And the effects would not last as long as an individual potion would be. But you seem like the kind of person who might have need of, well, more than one of these potions. And in the long run, it would certainly save you quite a bit of money.
I will absolutely take you up on this experiment of yours. I will ask that these 3 potions be left alone, but you can experiment with the remaining potions of resistance. Kind of just setting aside 3 of the cold resistances for the rest of the party. Well, to do this experiment myself.
So, he kind of explains the idea to you and what he's planning on doing. And when he's done, says he'll be making you a gem. He can put it on, a simple chain. He can just give you the gem. He can, mount it in a ring setting if that's what you want.
Could I leave a gauntlet with him, and he could infinity gauntlet this thing up?
Sure. It'll only have the one stone kind of in the back of the hand.
Totally cool.
Yeah, he thinks he can do that.
Awesome.
Wow, that's cool. Wait, so you're getting effectively a potion on a once per day use kind of thing?
a chance at something like that, yes.
Right. Obviously, there's a fail chance that it could destroy your hand and blow it clean off.
Good thing I've got a spare.
I like the way you think. I condone this course of action.
So, he does need one more potion. He needs a potion of resistance to poison. Because you got acid, lightning, fire, and cold.
I think I did subtract the gold for the poison. So
Okay. Well, you've picked up a poison one. Okay, then you give him the five items, and he tells you to come back in 8 days, and he should have everything fitted up, and you can test it to your satisfaction.
that just sounds terrific. You have my thanks,
And-
and I will see you in 8
And then he says, and if you are satisfied, we will discuss the price.
Very well. Thank you again, friend.
Well, you'll be helping me as well, so I will see you in 8 days.
Ooh, I'm at a dilemma here. I've got 4 items that require attunement. Which 3 do I choose?
This is where
That is a problem.
But Ben, I had a bit of a crazy idea. I don't know if you would let it work or not, but if I were to cast the enlarge/reduce spell on myself to make Erevan large size, and then would that be able to stack with something like a potion of growth to make me effectively like giant size? Or something.
You know, it's probably, I don't know that it's necessarily called out directly in the rules, but I'm going to assume that you can really only go one size category larger
Okay,
through magical means.
figured it would be worth the ask.
Yeah, I think
Unless you have wild magic.
essentially the potion is just a concentrated version of the spell, right?
That's basically what I'm going to assume, is that
Okay,
the same way you wouldn't get a bonus from casting Grow on yourself again or drinking 2 Grow potions.
all right, cool beans.
Unless you're a wild sorcerer. Then there's a whole...
These
Yeah.
You
things
keep
happen.
rolling it.
What are the chances
So-
you roll it twice on a D100?
mountain size.
Got several spells hoping to pick up. Only one of them is 4th level. It's the Eldar's Shroud.
Okay, so the rest of them are 3rd level?
Or lower, yeah.
Okay. So for a 4th level spell, we're going to say you're going to have to make an investigate check of DC 20.
Let's see. It's probably been a day, so let's portent this up.
17.
So I had a vision as I slept the night before.
Apparently.
I know of the wizard who holds my spells.
Yep, so I'll burn that 17 on finding Eldar's Shroud.
Okay.
Plus 8
So-
for my investigation.
Yep. So, of course, you're getting these all as scrolls.
Yep.
And you're going to have to add an extra 50 gold to the cost of the level 4 because the guy is not really willing to part with it.
Okay.
But he's, since he knows the spell now, he's willing to sell it off as long as you've got enough gold for it. So,
All right. So what are the prices per spell level again?
okay. It is, let me just go to where it's all alphabetical. Okay, level 1 are 60. Level 2 are 120. Level 3 are 200. And level 4 is 320 plus the extra 50.
All right. So, Scroll of Aldar's Shroud costs me 320 plus 50.
Yeah, so 370.
All right, and then remind me of the conversions again. Electrum is 10 gold. Is that right?
No, Electrum's basically it's a $50.
So
It goes
two
copper.
Electrum to a gold.
Yes, copper, silver, Electrum, gold, platinum.
All right. So I have 121 in platinum plus gems.
So I'd say you've probably got plenty to cover that.
Yeah, let's go work out total cost here. All right, I'll do the math.
Okay, Octavia, were you buying some sort of mace?
Yeah.
What sort of mace
we
was
did
it?
that with it was just a +1, I think we did, with the math.
I just need to add it to the list.
Because I have the bone, so it's a dragon bone mace. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to match my armor, and then my fox pelt is really going to stand out against the white. You're walking fashion show, basically.
Is there anything else anybody else wanted to buy?
Yeah. Boots of Elven Kind.
Boots of Elven Kind.
Yeah.
And then just
Don't those require attunement too?
They do not. I just looked them up.
You just like to have options.
Okay,
But if I have to drop attunement for something that grants advantage on stealth, I'd rather get something else that has advantage on stealth.
I mean, if it doesn't say they require attunement, then they don't.
Nope.
But that will be 2,500 gold.
Okay. I will pay for that.
That's what you guys know. You're letting the rogue be the one to keep the bank book.
You never said it was smart.
I'm used to poverty.
I'm making sure everyone's got their money.
Yeah, I have 10 electrum and 6 copper. Can I sell scale mail then? Because now I don't need it since I have dragon scale mail stuff.
Yes, but you're only going to get half of the list price. I mean, really, I should be making you guys pay like at least 25% more than the list price for all this stuff, but you've got the council's backing.
Thanks, Council.
Yay, council.
Oh yeah, I asked that while you were gone. I was going to sell the +1 Morning Star as well, because no one can use it.
Yeah, half price.
All right, so +1 Morning Star is 500 gold.
There's just stuff. And it's in my book. It'd be smart.
All right, so total of 1,530.
Okay. Going through the list one more time. If anybody's missing anything, let me know.
Yep.
20 +1 arrows for Xavier.
Yes.
Boots of Elven Kind for Xavier.
Yes.
An Oath Bow for Xavier.
Yes.
A Dragon Staff +2 for Caden.
Yep.
A Flame Tongue Quarterstaff for Numa.
Yes.
+1 mace for Octavia. White Dragon Scale Mail for Octavia.
Yeah.
3 potions of cold resistance for Aravan. 1 potion of speed for Aravan.
And with paying for it, well, yeah. That's, yeah. So like if you're asking for gold price, then there's also what I paid for the fire, lightning, acid, poison, and 1 more cold.
Right. That'll get factored into
Okay.
what you're going to have to pay for your gauntlet.
Okay.
Did Aravan find any potions of healing?
Yeah, potions of healing are readily available. You can find a regular potion of healing for no problems. You can also find potions of greater healing without any trouble. Potions of superior healing, not so much.
Yeah. And greater healing is...
Should be 44 plus 4.
Yeah.
No, I was going to look at the cost. See how many
150.
Right. 150.
I mean, you've got a cleric who needs potions.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
So,
do we
before
want potions,
Sorry,
guys?
go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Should we dump money into potions?
I'm going to say yes.
Group consensus.
Just
Healing potions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like if the cleric gets downed, good to still have that available to bring the cleric back up.
So, potions of greater healing.
Both. I'm looking at 10 potions of greater healing and 10 potions of regular healing.
A lot of potions.
Dang. I still have 2 regular healing and 1 greater on me. So
Well, good.
You
That's
would
one
think
for
less.
everybody else.
Okay, Caden, you were about to ask something?
Yeah, so for the spell dig, we paste in the text. Would that also apply to ice?
You may dig through non-magical, unworked earth, sand, mud, gravel, or loose rocks, but not through solid rock. Doesn't specifically call out ice.
Either way, yeah.
Well, I guess
It looks like
depends.
at the higher level casting of it, you can cast through harder things.
Yeah, it's a...
I would say ice would be equivalent to solid rock.
That's what I was leaning towards as well. Like glacier, like if you're on a glacier and trying to dig into ice that way, I'm gonna say it's basically the equivalent of solid rock. If you were like digging into frozen ground, I'd say that it's earth.
Okay, so it's a second level to start with. Okay, fair enough. So I would just have to use a higher level spell slot to do
Yeah.
it. All right, I can live with that. And then I read the transmute water to acid again. I was thinking like, oh, I could transmute ice into acid and have like a pit or
Acid
something.
pit, yeah.
But it's only 3
Mountain of
gallons.
acid.
That's how we wound up with an ocean of acid. Thanks, Caden.
It's
killed
only
all the
3
fish.
gallons, so not
Look.
enough.
It's acid 9, okay?
Oh God. All right. And then ice shape is pretty straightforward. Paste that one in.
Caden or Duma, is there anything else you need while everybody's out shopping? Or have you
No, I mean,
rejected the material world?
Yeah. I have other things on my mind. No, the potions of healing and the quarterstaff is just nice to have. I'm just ready to bang some heads
Well, you're going to have to wait until next week.
in our attempt to take down the dragon cult.
Yeah, that looks pretty straightforward.
And then
It's basically the same as stone shape, only for ice.
detonate.
Okay, well, if no one else has any other purchases to make, I'm about to distribute all the goods.
If you can put the potions into the bag of holding, that'd be helpful.
Potions into the bag of holding. It doesn't seem to like that.
Okay, you can put them on me. I can just type them in.
Okay. So, here goes everybody's goods.
Whatcha?
Woo!
I am so pretty now.
Let me make sure I've actually identified everything.
Yeah, should I be seeing something?
It should have gone straight to your inventory.
Inventory.
Alright, so I'm looking for...
I already had a staff +2 in there, but I didn't get another one. If you had actually done something.
So
Yeah.
you should now have a dragon staff +2.
I don't have any of that.
I don't. Yeah, looking at the log, it's just blank.
Okay, well maybe
I got the refined mace and the potions.
Oh, so you're special.
Yeah, I got my flame tongue quarterstaff. It didn't show the. I think it was like 1d4 of flame damage. I don't know how you.
Oh, Octavia has all the healing potions.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Mine just say boots for the boots.
Yeah, I may have forgotten to identify the things for you guys.
That's fine. I was looking for bow. So would it be longbow? Okay, yeah, there's the longbow. And
Yeah, I thought I'd done all that.
Arrows. Alright, so Octavia, you don't have 20 healing potions, by the way.
No, I don't have 20 now.
We've been around.
No, he put 10 greater and then 10 regular.
Right.
So how many do I have for real?
Just what you had before.
Okay. And I didn't get my scale dragon stuff. I got a refined mace. So we'll go with that.
So you didn't get anything that says white dragon scale mail, huh? Yeah, there it is. White dragon scale mail.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's in your inventory.
Oh, it is. But wait. Okay, not that. I just wanted to
Like
check.
magic.
I guess things
Are
just
they-
got to be identified.
Are the potions of cold resistance called something different?
Just potion.
Yeah, it's probably just a potion at the moment. If I didn't identify them for you.
I'm not seeing even just a potion on mine. Other than my own potions of healing.
Yeah, I think he gave them all
Fantasy
to me and then I
Grounds.
deleted them. Because he said that I didn't.
No, I gave him the,
Oh, his resistance. Oh,
Like it shows it on the chat log.
How
I don't know.
weird.
I deleted all the health potions you gave me, so sorry.
So you had 1 greater and 2 regular, correct?
Yeah, so I still have those in my inventory, but I deleted the 10 and 10 he gave me.
Yep. I put those in the bag of holding.
Alright, I have paid for and added all of my strolls.
I don't understand why it didn't work. Okay, well, let's try this again. Okay.
And then we can distribute healing potions out to whoever wants them.
I know that sound.
Yep. The last of the bottle.
Okay, potion of cold resistance. 3 of them. Assignment to Erevan. Identified.
Yeah, that looks better.
Yep, there we got it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Xavier, did you get your stuff?
Let's see. I got the boots and I already had a longbow, so I don't know if that came through. But the boot showed up, but unidentified.
No, that longbow is just a longbow.
Okay. Boots of Elvenkind. Okay, those showed up now. And I do not have the oath bow or the +1 arrows.
Okay.
Oh, this means I have to make new attacks, don't I?
Yep.
Well, everything's going to be done with the oath bow now for this.
Okay, 1 oath bow. Okay.
Let's see, inventory.
20 plus
Yep.
1 arrows. Okay.
Yep, got him. Perfect. So I think I got all my stuff. I just went ahead and typed in the healing potions into the bag of holding, so that's good.
Okay, Caden, let's try this dragon staff again. Okay, now your dragon staff's in there.
Yep. So I'll just carry the other one.
Okay, so, Numa, it looks like your flame tongue quarterstaff is in there.
What was the fire damage though? I'm trying to put the fire. It's 1d4. Was it 1d4 plus?
No. An extra 2d6 fire damage.
Oh, 2d6.
Yep.
Mm.
Quarterstaff, is a quarterstaff 1d6 bludgeoning or 1d8 bludgeoning?
Both.
1d6.
Okay, so it's 1d8 if he two-hands it.
Yep.
So yeah, versatile. Is that what that means?
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, so how should I... indicate that I get +2 on spell attack rolls and so on?
Well, let me see your...
What did you say? Did you say 2d6 plus anything, or just 2d6 on the fire damage? You remember?
It's plus 2d6 fire damage when you have it alight.
Okay.
Maybe I need to Maybe I shouldn't have used quarterstaff.
Just staff.
Well,
Yeah, the magic staffs are listed as just staff, not quarterstaff. So that might be
Yeah.
the difference. Because the +2 gives it to your your spell attack and spell DC.
Yep. Okay.
Is this supposed to happen automatically?
Yeah, it should be incorporated in with the staff.
So
let me
let's see.
adjust this for you.
Where's Firebolt? Yes, that's just. Because it looks like I can do it for like all of my spells.
Hey, quit fighting now!
Oh shit!
Boom.
Dang kids.
Chip's about to slay a dragon.
Okay. Let me check out this wand.
I heard a
with the
full
war
name come out.
mage. Yeah, I know.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Okay. So there's a wand of the war mage that basically gives you what you're looking for. So I'll just scan that.
All right.
Nothing.
Okay. Instead of a wand of the war mage, it's a staff of the war mage.
Dragon Staff of the War Mage.
It's really strange that they don't have. I guess they just assume that you're going to get a staff with additional stats, not just a +2 staff.
No, I think actually it looks like it's fairly rare for caster implements to get pluses. They usually give other bonuses.
Yeah, well, the Staff of the Magi has +2 plus a shit ton of other things.
Yeah, but it's also ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, Staff of Power.
And like legendary, I think.
Quite legendary. There's Staff of Power that gives +2 plus a bunch of charges for a bunch of other things. Staff of Striking. Numa should get that one.
Which one was that? Staff of Striking?
Yeah, it's a +3 staff. Then it's got charges on it. For each additional charge, for each charge you expend, target takes an extra 1d6 force damage. Good God.
Wow.
Okay, try that one.
Dragon Staff of the War Mage. Let's see here.
So my 3d6 only affects the person that I claim as my oath.
Yep.
But I also get advantage on the attack against my oath, so I'll take that.
It's kind of like my paladin thing.
Yeah, it's basically the Oath of Amity against with a ranged weapon.
So am I not getting the damage bonus?
Yeah, that is correct. You're not getting the damage bonus, but you do get the 2-hit bonus.
Hmm.
What, 2-hit and spell DC, right?
According to the description of the wand, it's bonus to attack rolls, to spell attack rolls, and that's it. which is why I didn't get that.
It doesn't.
In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
Which I already get with Spell Sniper. I get more than that with Spell Sniper.
Oh, so it doesn't add to your DC?
I may have to do a little bit more looking into that. I may allow the +2 to damage because, I mean, honestly, with most of the stuff you're going to be using, +2 is nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
there's certain spells like, I think Scorching Ray, maybe you get like 3 separate attacks. So it'd be a +6 if all hit, that kind of thing.
right.
But those are relatively rare. It's the AoE stuff that might.
Yeah, but
contribute
you
to that.
don't normally get pluses. Oh, I guess you don't get pluses really on any of your spells, right?
Exactly. You don't get to add. Well, sometimes you get to add intelligence to damage, but very rarely.
Yeah.
Usually just this is the damage. That's probably why most of the staves are more like, oh, do this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here, we'll store, Cone of Cold in here, and you can use that.
So it looks like it doesn't... Does it not add to your spell DC?
Again, I think they've done some things with, like the balance in the game
Mm-hmm.
to try to avoid items adding to spell DCs. Like, you can get advantage on saves, or like impose disadvantage and stuff, but just a flat increase.
Yeah.
Kind of goes along with like the +2 to the armor stuff being difficult due to the bounded accuracy.
Yeah. So basically it's a Staff of the Magi without any of the charges. While holding it, you gain +2 bonus to spell attack rolls. Bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. Actually, that's a physical attack. That's not a spell attack. So it seems like everything that they have on there doesn't add any damage
Yeah.
on all their staves.
I'm less concerned about the damage than I am about the accuracy, basically.
Yeah, well, you're getting the accuracy with that.
Yeah, +2 to spell attacks.
All right.
Warlock's items can give you a plus to their DCs.
The Warlocks?
Yeah, like the Rod of the Pack Keeper.
That's almost a class feature, though.
Yeah.
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 All right, so I'll roll with that for now.
Make fun.
Which
You just got like a whole bunch of new magic spells.
I did, which is where the real power comes in.
Yeah.
And to be fair, with my intelligence, I'm getting +10.
See, for the Warlock, that makes sense because they only get, like, when you're getting a weapon like that, you're only getting 3 spells you cast a day, if that. So having your spell DC actually stick makes sense.
So, is everybody happy with the shopping they've done so far?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to get into to use it. I got
Okay.
Till you
double
drop.
stealth. I got...
Ooh. Well, I think we've officially done that. I'm about to drop.
Yep. Cool.
I'll tell
All
Ollie
right.
that we love
Let's
her.
not go for
Oh,
a
wait.
4-peat.
I forgot to... Zen, you have to take notes on this because I'm not going to be bothered to write it down.
Uh-oh.
Up to you.
So, when you go back to the shop and get your gauntlet,
Yeah.
here's the conditions.
Your arms do off.
Instead of the resistance lasting an hour, the resistance you gain is going to last 10 minutes.
All right.
Once per day, you can select what resistance you want. And you basically have to activate it.
All right.
Is that
And then-
an action to activate or a bonus action?
I'm going to say it's an action to activate.
All right.
Since it lasts 10 minutes, you can do it like before you think you're about to get in a fight.
Right. All right.
and you can come up with your own like phrase or whatever to make it turn on.
All right.
Now here's the fun part, and this is what you really got to take the notes on. I think this will just be fun. So it has resistance to fire, cold, lightning, acid, and poison.
Awesome.
Those are your options.
You're Gorneo.
If, or when you activate it, you roll a d20. If you roll 5 or less, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you get a random resistance of those 5
All right.
instead of the one you selected.
There's the experimental bit.
Wild resistance.
And the way you'll determine the resistance you get, because you may get lucky, it may randomly give you the resistance you wanted. No, actually, I think I'm going to... No, it'll... If it screws up, it's not going to give you what you want. So, you will roll a d4, and we'll just go in alphabetical order,
All
down the list, and whatever you roll, that's the one you got.
What happens on a 20?
He gets what he wanted.
Oh. I was hoping for like a recharge on the gym.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Extra 5 minutes.
Extra 5 minutes.
One more round. 6 extra seconds.
That's all you need.
Worth it.
Awesome.
On a 20, you get engulfed by the element that you're trying to resist.
That's right.
My bad.
I want ice. Oh, you turn into a popsicle. Shit.
Oh, dear. At least you taste good.
And
Don't say that.
in addition to the cost of the potions and everything you gave him, he's only charging you 1,000 gold for the rest of it, because it is experimental, and he basically says whenever you come back through Waterdeep, you need to give me reports on how it's doing.
Will do. And if
Yeah,
it is if it works good, I might be placing 3 more orders for him.
3 charges.
Oh yeah, and go ahead and it will require attunement.
All right.
But go ahead and make your trial on the first day when you go to get it.
Roll it.
Right.
Roll it. Blinded. Wait, what?
Yeah, you're just now blinded for some reason.
I've done it.
I'm trying
Stabbed
to
his eyes out.
figure out how to add
Resistance
this
to blind.
permanent +2.
So it's a bit of a chilly day.
Oh, look
today.
at that!
So cold out today. I wish I had
dear.
resistance to this lower temperature.
Engulfed
I
in
will work
fire.
on a catchphrase for the next time, but cold resistance.
Okay, so roll your d4.
Frostbites.
Okay, so it would have been acid, cold is what you wanted,
So
fire, then lightning and poison. So you get fire resistance.
Well, I
That works for Octavia.
Yeah.
suppose this will be all right. Not quite what I asked for. Perhaps my phrasing needs to be worked on. But I will master this gauntlet yet.
What? Hold on just a moment. So it's cold resistance. Just give me 1 second. And the guy, basically, he's a wizard. He's been doing this stuff, so he kind of grabs a little vial and puts like a drop of something on your arm, and it gets intensely cold.
Oh, that was not necessary. And very painful.
Oh, well, that it should have. Just 1 moment, please. I think it's a different vial,
Here, let me burn you.
and he drops a little drop on you, and this burns like,
Acid.
ah!
Like acid.
Lords, man, what in God's name are you doing?
I have to test it. You volunteered. Just hold still.
I thought I'd be testing it in the field.
Would you rather be testing it here or when your life depends on it?
How many more of those confounded vials have you got?
Just 3.
Make it quick then.
And he goes and he pulls the next one and he drops something on you, and it's like there's just a little drop of water on you.
Good to know that I won't be affected by being near water, as we are taking a ship to our next destination.
It's like, oh, well, you seem to have gotten fire resistance somehow. That should, well, that's extract of ghost pepper. I am surprised it's, well, yes, good. So you got fire instead of ice. Hey, come back tomorrow. We'll let me tinker with it just a little bit. Tomorrow morning, come back.
So perhaps this means I have to call out the opposite, the element I wish to be resistant to.
So you come back the next day. He's like, yes, I think I've got it figured out. So yeah, try again.
Very well. Acid resistance.
Hey!
He goes and gets one of the vials and drops a little drop on you. And you're pretty sure you recognize it from yesterday. And you're like,
we have to start with that one. Really?
and then when he drips it on you, you're just like, oh, maybe it went bad overnight? It's not burning, so...
He's got his labels mixed up.
Looks like you've done it then, man. Congratulations, you've fixed out all the kinks.
Excellent. So yes, do come back. I certainly want to know how it works.
As do I. As do I.
Okay, and with that, I'm calling it a night.
All right.
Good night.
Adios,
Okay.
buddy.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Bye.
Night, Chip. Remember, you love your children.